Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and an interesting video on the state of TCG. So we got this data, I got this from the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG subreddit, and it's basically the top 15 most sales for card games in Japan between April 2023 and March 2024. So it tracks the sales of all the TCGs in Japan for basically a year. I think it's a really good data just to see the state of TCGs and what TCGs are doing well and what are not. So here there's a handy little translation here that we can go over. And again, shout out to this person for putting this up. Uh, so here we go. So we have the Pokemon TCG with 133.7 billion yen, and it's up 137% compared to last year. Um, that's massive. And just look how crazy this number is for Pokemon TCG. I think all of these combined is still not enough to dethrone Pokemon. That's how big Pokemon is. Um, Almost three times as big as Yu-Gi-Oh, which is absolutely insane. Just how massive Pokemon is. So yeah, Pokemon is the king of Japan and the king here in the US as well. And number two, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Number three, we have Duel Masters, which came in the US but failed with only 28.9 billion yen. Number four is One Piece, and it's up 313%. So it's up three times since last year, and that's massive for One Piece. I can see One Piece dethroning Duel Masters. I don't see it dethroning Yu-Gi-Oh! Anytime soon, but definitely it's possible in the next couple years if there's this much hype for One Piece. So we shall see. And Y Schwartz, which is also pretty massive in Japan, with 13.9 billion yen. This is probably the most shocking for a lot of people. Is Magic the Gathering in Japan is number six with only 5 billion, which is insane. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is basically 10 times, almost 10 times bigger than Magic the Gathering in Japan. I think a lot of people in the States will be shocked by this number. But yeah, Magic is just not popular in Japan. At number seven, we have Battle Spirit Saga, and it's up. This is another TCG by Konami, and from last year, it's up. Uh, it's 91% compared to last year. That means if it's 100%, that means it's about even. But if it's 91%, that means it's doing a little worse. At least that's how I'm seeing this data. I could be wrong. Shadowverse Evolve. This is really sad. This is another TCG that recently came out, based in the mobile game, which is pretty popular. But it's down basically half of its sales from last year, and that's pretty sad. And I heard the game is pretty fun, so kind of disheartening. And same thing with Battlesphere. It's a new game, and it's not doing that well. So I'm sure Konami will might axe this soon. This is the interesting one. It's Union Arena, and like I said in my previous videos, I'm massive on Union Arena. I think it's gonna do great when it comes to the US. And I'm really excited for it. And it's up 643%, which Union Arena came out last year. So this number, I really don't know why it's up that much, because I don't really think it's doing that well in sales either. Um, Maybe because when it first came out, there wasn't that much availability, or it came out at the middle of the year. I'm not really sure, but it's up 643%. But I think this is like sketchy. I don't really believe it's up six times over last year, but this is another really interesting one. Rush Duel, which is a mini set of Yu-Gi-Oh, is at 3.1 billion yen. It's in the number 10th spot, which is crazy. And it's higher than Card Fight Vanguard, which has been going in Japan for many years. And Rush Duel, which just came out less than 5 years ago, it's basically like the speed duels of Yu-Gi-Oh! A very small portion is at the number 10th spot. That's like honestly amazing for a Rush Duel that is doing that well. And I'm really curious if it will come. to the TCG. I personally want to see it. Um, the number 12 spot is the Digimon TCG. This is kind of sad because I love Digimon. And seeing it at the number 12 spot in Japan is kind of sad. Um, and it's doing 1.2 billion yen. That means it's doing worse than last year. It's doing only 85% what it did last year. So that's kind of disheartening and sad. But Digimon is doing pretty solidly in the US, but seeing it doing this poorly in Japan is it's sad. I'm not gonna lie. Vix's TCG, I have no idea what that is. Never heard of it. Same thing with Build Divide and Rebirth for You. Um, they're both, about a billion yen or less. So yeah, really interesting. Thought this was a really interesting data, just showing what TCGs is hot in Japan for the past year. Again, the crazy stats is Pokemon just being so dominant compared to everything else. One Piece growing so fast in such a short amount of time. Magic the Gathering only being in the number 6 spot. Oops. Um, Shadowverse Evolved basically nosediving and being down 50%. Union Arena being up 600%. And Rush Duels beating out Cardfight Vanguard. So yeah, uh, interesting data. I hope you guys like this video. And for more TCG and Union Arena content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.